The Blessed Sacrament Golden Knights from New Jersey feature the national emblem march that they're known for, and they're returning again this year. You know, 2020 marked the 30th year since the Golden Knights entered the alumni ranks. Good for them. 9 national titles made the Corps a drum corps legend.
And the Golden Knights sure do like to have fun. They've been in so many of these parades that these people almost have a second residency here in Plymouth. They know where to go to eat. They know where to go to grab a drink after the parade. And they're always there the night before at the Memorial Hall band concert. So lots of fun. These people are, they're Plymouthians through and through.
The Golden Robots of Drum Corps were virtually unstoppable in the 50s and 60s. And this made the emergence of the Alumni Corps 30 years ago a huge thrill for all of their loyal fans.
June, I think I may have mentioned this before, but the parade takes place the weekend before Thanksgiving, the Saturday before Thanksgiving, and the parade organizers felt that, all these participants and spectators coming from all over, it would be nice that they could have the Thanksgiving experience, but then also be home for Thanksgiving. Unlike Macy's, and we're not putting Macy's down, it's a great parade, they do a great job, but the participants and everybody is taken away from their homes on Thanksgiving, so you can't have it both ways, I guess, when it comes to Macy's. Here, everyone can enjoy the weekend, and then they go home and the bands can be at home on Thanksgiving Day.
That's the fabulous part of this project that we're involved in, is that for once, these bands don't have to travel the week before Thanksgiving and not see what it looked like. Now they do get to sit home, think about it. And, they get on that app and they're like, hey, there I was last year or the year before or something, and get the family gather around and watch and laugh at yourself or just cheer for yourself. Right. And now, coming down the street, the beloved symbol of the Thanksgiving season. It's the cornucopia float. It's often the centerpiece at a lot of tables here in North America. But you know something? This float almost didn't make it into the lineup one year, and it was a very scary situation. Let's go behind the scenes of America's hometown Thanksgiving parade to see how these floats are made and just what can happen in the fourth quarter when there's no time left on the clock.
All right.
That's the cornucopia.
Well, today I was just along for the ride, and I was going to follow Ollie wherever he was going, and he might as well have blindfolded me because we were off to an undisclosed location to where the floats are stored and worked on. And this is where some of the drama occurs before a big event. It's not running? So when we arrive, we discover that one of the most popular floats in all of the parade is not running. And we are only a couple of weeks before the big event, and if this thing is not running, there is going to be thousands of disappointed parade goers who are going to miss out on the cornucopia.
Anything's happening. What I think it is, and I don't want to think this, but the pressure. See, there's a pressure that comes out of the tank and it's flooding it out.
Mm-hmm.
So the fuel pump has too much pressure, so I'm gonna have to adjust the pressure body to get the right tool to do that. That's it. That's it.
All right.
Let me move out of the way because these guys are coming in.
Now, what, pray tell, does the cornucopia have to do with Thanksgiving? Well, there's a lot of meaning and symbolism behind it, and we are going to talk about that. It's called the Horn of Plenty. The cornucopia is often depicted on paintings and all sorts of art having to do with Thanksgiving, and it represents the notion of boundless abundance as flowers, fruits, and other produce spill from the hollow horn or basket weaved to depict a horn. The origin of the cornucopia is found in the Greek myth of Amalthea. Amalthea fed baby Zeus a drink of goat's milk out of a goat horn. Still, what does it have to do with Thanksgiving? Well, the word comes from a mixture of a few goddesses. Those goddesses are Ceres, the goddess of corn, Fortuna, the goddess of good fortune, Amalthea, the lady who fed baby Zeus.
This is the cornucopia. In classical and Greek literature, the cornucopia is stood as a symbol of plenty, the great bounty of abundant crops that bless our tables every year.
This is the fuel pump.
Fuel pump.
It's an internal fuel pump. There's gas to that cornucopia. We would bring it in here from the other place, and it died right here.
As you can see, very tight quarters in here. This is where the driver sits when he's going along the parade route. Very difficult to see. There's constant communication to make sure that he's not going to crash into any spectators.
There's a ring that goes around this thing here.
Behind the Scenes is brought to you by the Massachusetts Office of Travel and Tourism, who reminds you to wear that mask. And if you're going to spend money this holiday season, make sure you do it locally. Let's support businesses in your area. We all need to help one another out. Also, see Plymouth. If you're considering Plymouth next year for a stop during your vacation, check out seeplymouth.com for all of the amazing news, notes, and info you need to make your time in America's hometown historic.
You know, June, we had a lot of fun making these behind-the-scenes pieces, and obviously there's so much more that we can't show here, but we'd like to invite you to go back to our video on demand section of Plymouth Rock TV, and you can check out these in a lot more detail, and we'll keep them up all month. You know, download the app on Roku, Apple TV, on your Android or your iOS, and I think you're really going to enjoy it. If you're a fan of Thanksgiving, if you're enjoying this coverage, then really check it out.
What a great thing to get the kids together and put them in front of the TV and check out this app and teach them about history, because it's not just about our history books. I mean, this is some great footage here that you've got.
And now we welcome the Crusaders Senior Drum and Bugle Corps from Dorchester, Mass.
Well, they didn't have to travel too far, so we won't feel too bad for them.
The Crusaders is a big organization who, in a big year of anniversaries, are celebrating 80 years.
And you know what? Be sure to check them out and find out what they're up to for their 80th anniversary by visiting bostoncrusaders.org.
And in the meantime, the Senior Crusader team is always on hand here in Plymouth to get that crowd amped up with their energy and talent. And you know something else, Chuck? Their dynamic guard is one of the best.
talked earlier, June, about how cool it is to see these big drum corps bands coming down the street and they rumble, the drums, the bass. It is pretty neat, and I think it's a fan favorite, especially when you have a lot of people locally who know family and friends in the Crusaders. They love to come down to Plymouth and check them out and see them live, so they probably have more home fans than just about any other band here in the parade.
Drum corps fans across the nation universally respecting this particular group for a lot of reasons. But, you know, it's their love for their craft and total commitment to tradition that gets them the stellar reputation that they've got. Let's watch as they bring the spectators to their feet.
Again, another wonderful Christmas supporter, lots of trust. We've always got Christmas sponsors for a long time and friends of the celebration. This year, ladies and gentlemen, the group that doesn't need much of an introduction, all you gotta say is, the Crusaders! Crusaders, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to get your tickets for the Senior Drum and Bugle concert tonight at Memorial Hall.
Wow, as you can see, the Crusaders really are fan favorites here in the Plymouth area, and maybe they have a little bit of an advantage being from Dorchester, and all their family and friends can be here in attendance, raising the roof and cheering and yelling and screaming. It's cool. I really enjoyed them. Well, I tell you, you never know who you're going to see up on the rooftops as spectators, and looks like that might be Spider-Man or Peter Parker, and of course his good friend, as you know from the movies, Elf, Buddy the Elf. Well, maybe we'll try to secure an exclusive interview with Buddy the Elf a little bit later on. I think maybe I'll send one of our producers over to track him down and see if we can pin him down just for a few minutes, right when all the Christmas stuff starts happening.
And here is a moving pilgrim head depicting the phrase Pilgrim's Pride coming from the hymn America. The Plymouth colony was absorbed by Massachusetts Bay in 1690. Thus, after this date, it was called the Old Colony.
You know, there's a historian that's always quoted here in Plymouth, Samuel Eliot Morrison, who stated that the Pilgrims are the spiritual ancestors of all Americans. It's kind of neat.
Though the Pilgrim's Pride has often seemed to vanish in America, with the Pilgrims only treated as a footnote in history, we're changing that in this parade. You gotta love it. And their motives that led us to being one nation under God.
You know, June, they also got the expression business in the front and party in the back from this guy. Look at the mullet on this parade.
Well, if 2020 wasn't enough of an anniversary of the Mayflower's journey to the New World, 2021 offering another opportunity for us to celebrate.
You're absolutely right, June. 2021 marks the 400th anniversary of the first Thanksgiving. That happened in 1621. So it's going to give us a whole new excuse to have a good time next year and maybe write off 2020. It was just a bad year.
And now it's not really the 400th Thanksgiving, as that holiday wasn't actually celebrated, Chuck, until 1863, when Abraham Lincoln stepped up and made it a national holiday.
And June, I think I know where you got that information. You probably saw the segment Molly's America, where we sent our correspondent into the history books to really uncover the truth about where the Thanksgiving holiday came from.
Celebrate Thanksgiving? Today we will learn some of the lesser known facts about Thanksgiving. I got some secrets. You probably know that families sailed from England in 1620 to find religious freedom. Are you ready? I'm about to drop some knowledge on you. So here's what happened. The native people taught the settlers how to grow crops. You're gonna want to know this. When the harvest became plentiful, they thanked the gods with a 3-day festival. Wonder what they would call that festival. But did you know that the first documented feast didn't start the Thanksgiving tradition? Did you know that? What? Thanksgiving wasn't recognized until George Washington declared it in 1789. You think Thanksgiving had a mascot? Maybe that's why he didn't recognize it. Georgie's enthusiasm was short-lived. It didn't continue. Thanksgiving was lost for years. How do you lose Thanksgiving? It's such a big holiday. I mean, I get it if you lose your keys, but Thanksgiving? This is gonna get really good. And a 19th century writer named Sarah Josepha Hale, who was famous for Mary Had a Little Lamb. Speaking of lambs, it's authentic. A Sarah Josepha Hale collection. So Sarah got her hands on one of the Pilgrim's diaries. You know, the ones that sailed from England. Isn't a diary supposed to be private? To get back on subject, my girl Sarah, she was inspired by their festivals of hunting, eating, and she loved the way they lived. She wrote to the presidents for 30 years. 30 years? Wow, that's dedication. 30 years! That's almost as old as my mom. And finally, Abraham Lincoln responded, thinking, you know, everyone's a little bummed out about this whole Civil War thing. Let's cheer them up with turkey! Years later, FDR tried moving Thanksgiving up a week. Why? To boost Christmas sales. You know, I don't know if I even got more presents that year. I'll have to look back in my diary. But that only lasted 3 years before they moved it back to the original last Thursday of November. We got this, we got this. That's a tongue twister. Make up your mind! Now things get weird. In 1989, George H.W. Bush sent a turkey off to retire on a farm. I wonder if that turkey was old. What this all means is he saved that turkey's life. That turkey was never to be eaten. We do this every year. This tradition is called the pardoning of the turkey. Hey turkey, you just got pardoned. What are you gonna do next? I'm going to Disney World. Gobble, gobble, gobble. Ooh, pardon me, turkey. That's one famous turkey. What do you think, you're a mouse leading a parade in Disney World? There you have it, folks. That's Thanksgiving. But before I have you go, there's one more thing you have to do. Stuff your face with a bunch of food on Thanksgiving!
And a great job to my niece, that's Molly.
She's your niece?
She's my niece, and
How cute was that?
she did a wonderful job in doing the research and finding out all there is to know about where Thanksgiving came from. And congratulations, she did a really awesome job.
Wow, she's a talented little kid. And you know, the first Thanksgiving float depicts a snapshot in history where pilgrims and Native Americans came together for that 3-day festival. About 140 of them gathered, probably around October, where they were giving thanks to God for his provision.
Well, be sure to check out Plymouth Rock TV on Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire. You can download Plymouth Rock TV on your Android and iOS devices. And you can get all sorts of things, documentaries, movies, special events like this, so many cool things. And of course, all of the Thanksgiving content that you see during this parade, we will have in full in our video on demand section all month long.
Hey, you know, in case you ever do come to Plymouth, Massachusetts, you will want to visit the Plymouth Plantation. And by the way, it's now called the Tuxet Museum. And yep, you, Chuck Nilasek, had that unique opportunity to take your life in this great New England team out for a very special dining experience. An experience none of them will ever forget.
Hey, Alice and
Jack.
John. Hey, thank you so much for coming out to Plymouth. This is my hometown, and as I promised you guys, we are gonna have a nice lunch on me, and what better place to do it than the Plymouth Plantation, where we can have, get this, an authentic Thanksgiving-style meal right here in America's hometown, and I have reservations for 3, candlelight, the whole deal. You guys up for it? I am buying. I am treating. I took care of all the details. Please, if you would indulge me, follow me in, and we'll go back in time. Come on.
Sounds great.
Hello. Hi, reservations for 3 for Nilasek?
I'm sorry?
3, Nilasek? Oh, please tell me that they have this down.
You poor strangers. Have you just come in from the wilderness?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm very sorry for it. I see that it has been cruel to you out there and you are so poorly apparelled. Oh, I should not say such things. I'm sorry. But you are delivered unto civilization now. So, if you would go to our storehouse, we have things that I think would be more suitable for you. You go there, you change into some more proper clothing, warm yourselves up, and then you're back here, and I'll bring you inside, give you some food, hey?
So we gotta change.
I'm fine with
I
that.
apologize. All right, we'll be right back.
Well, now that's much better, isn't it? Don't you feel better? Good, good. So, there's lots of things to be done now to prepare for dinner.
No, we had reservations. I think we were just going to sit down and have a nice, relaxing.
That was the plan.
Whatever reservations you might have, there are things that need to be done if you want to eat.
God, are you kidding me?
Yes, so I'm going to need some wood chopped, I'm going to need some water brought in, and half the food isn't even prepared yet, so I'll need some help with that as well.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, wood. Meter and I will take care of the wood.
Okay.
You want to help her inside? Or
Sure.
Then
You sure
we'll
about
get
that?
the water.
I'm not very good with the saw.
Let's bring this in. Come on, life is great.
Can I just show you guys what I'm wearing?
Oh my goodness.
Good, we can use that
Okay.
inside.
Let's go.
All right, come on.
You armed her.
Let-
You armed
1,
her
2,
without
3.
telling me.
Okay.
We
oh.
got. Hips into it there, Shakira.
Nita's hips don't lie. If this was... Can we get a real pilgrim man to help me here? I think the cable might be out in the house. We're done!
Well, this looks easy. It's just women's work. Yeah, you just put this thing around your neck and hope your neck doesn't break. And then you just do these little thingamabobs here. No problem. Oh, wait. How you guys doing over there? Good? Yeah. All right, here we go. Oh! Hey, this is better than what you guys were doing sawing. That was pitiful. No problem. No, I'm taking it inside, where it belongs.
Well, it hit me in the face. It sprung up and hit me in the face.
Well, is it blown up?
That's what you get when you try to blow up a sausage.
Well, that's all now.
That's pretty good.
That's good. Does it look familiar?
I think I ruined this one. I gotta get... You grab my wallet. Can I get
Yours,
my other
yeah,
one?
yours has got some trouble to it. Hang on.
It's like a little sorry.
Are you kidding me? This is awesome. This is really good.
Tried it yet.
It's delicious.
Really good.
That's definitely gonna need salt. What do they call this?
Turkey.
Do we eat this just like regular people?
My recommendation to you is to soak it first, for you like to break a tooth on it if you eat it.
Yeah, I just found that out. Cheers. Cheers
To New England.
Good wife.
New England.
To New England.
Life is great.
Life is great.
How about that king over there, huh? Whoa.
I told you this was gonna happen. I knew it.
You need to go to the couch and watch football. Goodbye. Thank you.